Hey guys, welcome back to Pixelmon. So, it's been a while since I recorded any Minecraft, and that's mostly because I was playing a different mod, and switching between mods isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world to do. I'm sure it's probably an easier way than what I'm using, but basically as of right now, whenever I switch mods, I basically have two mod folders at this point, and I just keep switching them out of my actual Minecraft in the percent update, percent folder, whatever the hell it's called. Great, that's only for Windows users. Mac users, I'm sure it's something completely different. That's a Mr. Mime. It's also nighttime, so I'm not sure why I'm not sleeping, but... You know what? I did catch a Zubat off screen. I caught a bunch of stuff off screen. I should probably show you guys. Because when I did update to Pixelmon 3.0.1, it seems a lot of things that weren't spawning previously just started spawning. Specifically, like a lot of stuff in Forest that wasn't spawning correctly, so... I think I'm going to try now is I'm going to try and get this Zubat up. I think Zubat's actually level 22 evolution, not level 20, so I'm not sure why I got to 19 off screen, but whatever. Actually, no, swapping out's going to take too long. My best bet at this point is just going straight for Bite. Granted, this Cadaver's only going to have 2 moves, and there's a 50-50 chance he teleports. Oh, never mind, he has disabled. So, there we go. First win, I have a level 20 Zubat. Let's just sleep off the night. Maybe I'll show you guys what I call off screen, because I saw like a bunch of stuff and I didn't know if it was rare or not, so I just threw balls at it off screen. Starting with a why not, which seems to be spawning. I think we've seen a few of those actually off screen. Just move that to the correct box while we're here. Bunch of stuff really that I caught. Where's my psychic types? Bugs. Here we are. Also call Litwick. I think I actually ended up just storing most of my boxes instead of leaving them off screen. Obviously, except for Igglybuff. I also call it Tentacool because why the hell not? Who cares if I catch a Tentacool? No one's gonna give a shit. It's like super common anyway. So I call a bunch of stuff off screen just because I was kind of having fun playing with the new mod update. Kind of got a little bit ahead of myself. Still have yet to ever see an Oshawott spawn normally. I'm not sure if their spawning's bugged. But every time something that could be an Oshawott spawns, it seems to be a Duat instead of an Oshawott. That's a boss Munchlax. I'm going to want to fight it. I built an enchanter here, by the way. Also enchanted my pickaxe with Fortune Free, which is pretty ridiculous. And I actually think I went down into that cave and mined those emeralds already, so... Munchlax is going to be a boss. It's going to be level 53, I believe. And I guess correctly, so... I think I'm just going to switch to Metang. Metang should be able to take this on. It's a normal type, it's not going to be able to do anything to me. And I believe this thing, my Metang is mostly all physical attacks, so I should be able to Meteor Mash it. Problem is, Meteor Mash is only, I think... Is it 80 or 75% accurate? It's not very accurate. No, honestly, I just finish this with Psychic probably at this point. No, I can't. As you can see, there's a clear difference between special attack and attack on Metang. And I got another Moonstone. That's great. I also noticed while I was messing around in my different Pixelmon world to test things out to make sure I didn't fuck anything up when I was switching mod packs and stuff. I actually did, what was I even going to say? Oh yeah, that's right. I noticed there's a bug. Where it seems if your Pokemon evolves and learns a move for some reason, there's sometimes an inventory bug that happens. Or apparently, with the new evolution system, apparently your inventory pops up at some point. Like while you're leveling up, and apparently that stays open though you can't see it. So when you're clicking stuff to like learn new moves, you can actually like click on stuff in your inventory and toss it out, which is really weird. Like I first noticed that after like off screen, where I was like, well, my Pokemon evolved and then learned a new move after evolving in the same like sequence. And I like threw something out of my inventory. And I thought the Pokemon like dropped a Moonstone. No, it turns out I just dropped it out of my inventory. It was really weird. But that's all my off-screen world, so who gives a shit? Pretty sure I caught Snippy already, so... Actually, I'm gonna double check that real quick, because I don't want to have egg on my face. I thought I saw something over there. How are you in my house? Pretty sure I have a Snippy. Yes, I do. Confirmed. Also got a Bulbasaur. This Slowpoke needs to die, I'm sorry. Don't think I can take him home with that. So I'm going to switch to Metang, even though this is probably a terrible choice. Meteor Mash is pretty much all I have. Wow, that didn't kill it. Oh yeah, that's right, water type. Dirt. I wasn't sure if steel wasn't very effective against water or not. And my Metang is evolving. Good. Maybe I'll be able to finally see it now. Matter of fact, I know I will be able to. I don't know why, that's still a bug that happens. And I'm pretty sure it's only me that seems to be having this issue. So it's gotta be an issue at this point, probably with my resolution. Because my screen is a really, really weird resolution. That's all I can figure at this point. Also, I just realized I am not playing in peaceful mode. So I'm losing hunger. Hammer arm, that's...
I don't even think this move works properly, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Hammer arm could be good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to eat some food now. Which is fine, because I kind of want to get my hunger back to full anyway. That's done. I will just very quickly... Peaceful, still this is a switch between Pokemon, right? Yeah. So all should be fine on that front. Where was I keeping my TMs and stuff? Okay, here's where I was keeping the Moonstones. Oh, a bunch of stuff. 2 reflects already. Holy crap. Also, there's one other change I made to this series. I don't know why I just tried to create a boat fly away. But probably because I'm used to play on my other world, which I just kind of use as a test world to make sure stuff's working. Okay, sprinting is working. That's good to know. Okay, so I need the Zubat to evolve one more time. Or level up, not evolve. It will evolve when it levels up, but that's a completely unrelated story, except it's completely related. So yeah. Most people wouldn't be hyped for Zubat. I'm going to be the exception here. That's entirely because they've implemented one of my favorite flying types ever. Like, pretty much since Gen 2 when I found out it was a thing. Never mind. I am really dumb. I should have realized I was taking a stupid risk there, but... You know what? I love taking risks. And it usually never works out for the best. You know what? I'm actually kind of happy you teleported away. Now, if I was playing my test world, I'd probably just use Poke Heal, because my test world is mostly just me screwing around power leveling stuff. Not giving a shit in creative mode, basically. But, you know, because I am doing the series, I might as well just hold up the illusion I'm going to do stuff correctly. Just ignore that command block. Actually, don't ignore it. What I'm doing the command blocks for is I figured because I'm going to have basically 2 bases now, even though I'm trying to move most of my stuff over here. Because I figure I'm just going to facilitate the process at this point by just setting up a command block between my 2 current bases on the map. So my old base is basically in the middle of the map, my new base is way up here. And that's a fairly long distance to travel. Like, I know I can fly now with, whatever, my... Flygon, that's the word I'm looking for. But now I have Zubat, I think Zubat's going to be my flying type. Assuming Crobat can fly. I know Crobat can fly in the games, I'm just not sure if they've implemented that in the mod. Because doing some testing off screen, I got a Sharpedo, and it seems that Sharpedos cannot swim. Or you can't surf on them, which is weird. So maybe a lot of new Pokemon don't have stuff that should be implemented on yet. But whatever, I'm sure they'll change that in the future. I kind of didn't really want to fight the Kingler, but you know what? Now that we're here, I will Hammer Arm. Probably shouldn't have done that because Hammer Arm lowers speed. Probably should just use Psychic. I'm just making all the wrong decisions for you guys. So just ignore me. So actually what I want to do is I want to get to a plains, and... Actually, do I even want to get to a plains? I think I want to stick to the forest. I also confirmed off screen that the Legendary's pop-up thing is still working. Because I actually had another Mew spawn in a jungle biome off screen, and I had the message pop up for it. So that is still working. I wasn't sure if it was working or not, because I haven't seen any in a while. It actually took me, like, probably 2 hours of messing around off screen to even get one to pop up. But never do what? I think at this point, Oshawott is probably bugged and just not spawning properly. Because I've seen, like, hundreds of those. Like, legitimately hundreds. Maybe not in this series, but... Like, combination of off-screen here and off-screen in my error world, I've just seen tons of Dewatts. And literally 0 Oshawott.
It's really weird. I don't know why. It's gotta be something where they just probably forgot to enable spawning on sand or something stupid like that. Which, honestly, knowing the creators of this mod and how they've done that exact thing before, that's probably the exact case. Alright, so... should we get the Zubat leveled up? Like, seriously? That's a primate. If I could find the Mankey, that would be ideal, actually. Because Mankey can do literally nothing to me. Never freaking do what. Okay, this is getting ridiculous at this point. I know for a fact they have all the Gen 5s in here. Maybe they'll fix that in the next update, where they'll toggle something to make it so that Oshawott actually spawns more frequently than Duat, which is basically the way it should be. Because, I mean, Snippy seems to be spawning just fine. Haven't seen a T-Pig yet, but I'm pretty sure I've seen Pig Knights in the desert that treat us group. So, yeah. Something weird going on there. Let's just fight this Abra. I should be able to kill this thing, assuming it doesn't teleport. Which, of course, it didn't. Good job. Pidgey? Maybe I'm getting a bit greedy here. Ah, never mind. Pidgey's too much of a bitch to hit. Like I said, a lot of these things have weird hitboxes. Especially flying ones. Like, pretty much everything that can fly has a weird hitbox. I don't know why. It's just the way it is, I guess. So we'll just bite him. We'll level up soon. How are you not dead? There we are. So here we go, Zubat's evolving. Now, unfortunately, the evolution thing doesn't work the same way as it does in the games. Which is unfortunate, but whatever. So I'll get a Golbat here. In the next level, I should get a Crobat because I caught it with a Friend Ball. Also, I noticed off screen that one of the Friendship Evolutions does not seem to be working right now. At least I'm pretty sure it's a Friendship Evolution. I'd have to test that further off screen, which I probably really should have done, but... or I could just look it up, which is usually what I do. But I'm pretty sure this... one of these Pokemon, I believe Swadloon, I'm pretty sure is a Friendship Evolution. And I'm pretty sure it's also not working. So anyways, one more level I get a Crobat, and actually one hit and my Golbat is dead, so... unfortunately, I don't really think they've done much to improve the Golbat texture. Nah, it's still dumb. It's still basically a big Pop-Tart with wings. Which, whatever. Pop-Tarts are pretty cool, but... not when your Pokemon looks like one. Who do I switch to? Metagross, at the very least, can Psychic Hit. Or better yet, send Headbutt if you don't miss. Also, I just realized Metagross, I'm pretty sure, can fly. So the whole point of getting Crobat is almost pointless at this point, outside of filling up the Pokedex. Well, that I want to test and see if it can indeed fly, because I like Crobat. The nice thing about Crobat as a Friendship Evolution is, it doesn't matter how late you get him in the Friendship stages, he doesn't really, like, there is no moveset difference between Golbat and Crobat. Pretty much. So, yeah. So now I have a Crobat. Yeah, I don't think there's any way in hell I'm going to be able to fly on this thing. Just looking at its size, like, even if I got an enormous one, I seriously don't think this would work. And it doesn't. Honestly, I need to jump, but no. No, it does not. Now, I did test off screen that I know for a fact works. Metagross. So yeah, be jelly. Flying Metagross Brigade. I don't know, this seems a little bit ridiculous to me. Also, this like 12-year-old just ran into my house. Probably a 7-year-old, whatever. Who's keeping track? Well, probably Child Protective Services, but whatever. If they were really keeping track, they wouldn't let children wander into strangers' houses. So in any case, now I've got this, and I can't even fly with it, so there goes half the hype. And flying types aren't really that good. If fairy types were implemented, I might want to keep a poison type on me, but because they certainly are not, I really could not give a shit. And so therefore, sorry Crobat, but you're going back in the box. Next to Scorpy, the Pokemon I think I like the least of the poison types. Not because it sucks, it's just because it looks dumb. Like, its evolution is the dumbest thing ever. To the point where I think they were legitimately high when they came up with the concept for it. So, who do I train next? I mean, Cloyster... Ice types are pretty cool. But then again, I think Cloyster's more or less a defensive tank more than anything. Which actually I might want one. Like how we have a Pokemon that could be a defensive tank could be helpful. Probably not so much in this mod, but in the long run I might want to go for that. So I think I'm going to make the decision. Also I think I'm actually going to fight this trainer. These stop my doors. Where'd the 12-year-old go? Oh, there he is. So he's level 12. Do I risk it with Shoulder? Or do I go with Monferno and wreck this kid? I think I risk it with Wow. That was delayed. I also did not heal this Shelter. So that answers my question as to whether or not I risk it. Mach Punch. At this point, I think anything I do to this guy will kill it, so... And he's just gonna keep sending out Trapinch and random fucking sand attack. He's just gonna keep sending out Pokemon, isn't he? Also, I messed around a little bit with the trainer editor off screen. Turns out you can actually make boss trainers, which is kind of funny. Should also mention I play around with the spawn rates of certain things off screen, the config files. Specifically, I made it so that more Pokemon can spawn in air. Which probably isn't the greatest thing ever, but like in hindsight, I probably should have actually lowered that, because in testing it seems Plains Biomes just become littered with Fearow and like nothing else because of that. I should probably set it back to like the 4 that was at earlier. Whatever, I need to heal my Pokemon. So, yeah, in any case, well, that probably won't be happening. Also noticed the config file, and it's a good thing I checked the config files, which I had originally checked just to make sure that the message that shows when Legendary Spawn was still on, that Legendary Spawning was enabled. It turns out that the Legendary Bird Altars were actually toggled off by default, so I turned those on. So for anyone else who is using the Pixelmon mod, go to your config file, which it would be, I believe, in the config folder when you go to your .minecraft folder. Go to config, you should have a Pixelmon config file, open that with Notepad, and read through everything and make sure the stuff that you want turned on is turned on, because it seems that whoever keeps uploading the Pixelmon file in that just has stuff turned off when it shouldn't be. So yeah, Legendary Bird Altar should now be turned on. Which means that everything I have explored on this map, which I had all explored before changing that config file, had 0 chance of having the altars. Which is great. I actually did explore way off to the left of the map, too, after I re-enabled it, just to see if I could find anything. No, not really. So that whole island to the right, which is plains and forest, is basically pointless now. Unless I want to go to a plains, which actually I might. I want to get a Torchic so I can get a Blaziken. And Torchic, which I did find out off screen, spawns in plains. And there's usually a weird thing that happens when it spawns in, where for some reason its sprite just pops in at like 5 times its actual size and then shrinks down really quickly, like over the course of like a couple frames. But it just stays long enough to be noticeable. Like if you look directly at it when it spawns in, it's weird. A lot of stuff in this mod is weird, to be fair. That being said, I should probably use Metagross and up and away. That's right, I can't ride you without an open hand. And away! And away. Kind of have to keep holding space to continue flight here, because Metagross, unlike most flying types, will not maintain flight unless you continue giving him a boost.
He has far less float than other flying types, which makes complete sense. He's also way faster in air than he is on land. Significantly faster. Like, he walks, like, a mile, like, an hour. When he's not on land. It's pretty ridiculously slow. So here we are, plains. So now we're at the plains. Should be able to do some stuff here. I actually don't need this. Oh yeah, that's right. I also enabled durability toggles on using the F3 plus H thing. Which is super hard to do on my keyboard. Because I have an HP keyboard, which, for those of you who aren't familiar with HP keyboards, their F keys are automatically set in the configuration of the computer on a laptop, anyway, which I'm using. Their F keys are automatically set to be not F keys. So in order to hit the F functions, I need to either hold down the function key and then press it, or hold down Shift and press it, which holding down Shift and pressing it in Minecraft actually does something on its own, which opens that stupid pie chart thing, which obscures half my screen, which is why I hate it. But it's so much easier to hold Shift than it is to find the function key, which I never use, because it's like next. It's not even next to Alt, it's next to the Windows key, which is next to Alt. So I guess it's next to Control, which is the most awkward place to reach to on the keyboard. Like, just right now, just try hitting the key next to your Control on your keyboard for your pinky. It's super awkward, isn't it? Like, don't actually press it, just try reaching your finger for it. It's the most awkward thing ever. Like, why would you pick that? And I'm pretty sure you can actually toggle it in the BIOS in that, but... Like, I tried, I couldn't find the option, even though I looked up, like, online, like, different things. So I guess my HP laptop just doesn't have that option to toggle that. Or if it does, then it's a different place than what all the tutorials I could find on it were. And from what I've heard, some of them don't have the option to toggle that, which is dumb. Well, at least I'm getting into a fight now. Because there I just walked around and did nothing for like 3 minutes. As I'm one to do when I'm talking about stupid shit. It's one of my flaws, I know. Talk about stupid shit and then do nothing. While I'm talking about stupid shit. I don't know why I do it, I just kind of do it absent-mindedly. Seem to do a lot of things absent-mindedly. But whatever. Specifically Pixelmon. Like, for me, I think Pixelmon is mostly just a series where I can just kind of chill out and not give a shit. That's really what I seem to use it as. Opportunity to kind of get away from stuff, just talk a little bit. And, you know, more or less just have fun grinding up stuff. I'm not gonna say that I like grinding that much, but every now and then I feel like I want to grind some stuff up, and, you know, Pokemon is the perfect game for just randomly grinding stuff up for literally no reason other than make it better. Specifically Pixelmon, because there's literally no point to anything in Pixelmon. No trainers yet. Like, outside of multiplayer, there's, like, almost, like, no point to this mod outside of, you know, just grinding up Pokemon for the nostalgia of it, which, you know, I like to do every once in a while. To be completely honest, every once in a while I just get an urge to go back and play a Pokemon game, and that's basically what I do. Krabby just got its ass kicked. Any bosses around here? Like, specifically, I'm looking for a Torchic, and pretty much not much else. Granted, I should honestly just be trading up everything. Some Licky Tongue. If I do find the Torchic, I know for a fact those things are tiny as all hell. Like, even the enormous growth ones are super small. I don't know why. Like, their size is just super small. Like, they're like basically the Nidoran females. Not quite that small, but pretty small. Because honestly, I think Nidoran female at this point is a joke. Like, it's gotta be an inside joke with the mod creators, because that thing is ridiculous. Shoulder. Like, they're small, and then there's, like, the level of small that has Nidoran female where you can barely see it in grass. So I should be able to kill this Rhyhorn fairly easily. I Shelter up 1 level. Now, Shelter, I'm pretty sure, is a Water Stone evolution. But like most stone evolutions, it learns most of its good moves while it's in its first form. Not going to be getting it to like level 60 something for Hydro Pump. That's ridiculous. On top of that, both Ice Beam and Blizzard are, in fact, I believe, TMs, and I don't really care for Hydro Pump because it's got a very high miss rate. And so therefore, I'm probably only going to be getting this thing up to like 37 or so. Until it learns like Razor Shell, which is its second best water type move. Which should be more than good enough for me. Also, I should probably fight this Slowbro, shouldn't I? And then immediately switch out because this is not a good matchup. I've had to have no good matchup against Slowbro now that I think about it. So my best bet is Dragonair. With its Dragon Rage and Thunder Wave. Combo can't be beat, won't be beat. I got Dragon Rush first, actually. Now we'll Dragon Rage. Okay, so you do about the same amount of damage, but Dragon Rage has a much higher accuracy. To the point where I might as well just use it. Dragon Rush is actually not even that great of a move, and Protect is useless. So, getting my Shelter up. Like I said, it is going to be my tank. Because I actually do kind of need a tank in this series, to be completely honest. Like, having a tank at this point would probably definitely help with Legendary Battles. That's about all I can see it being a huge help towards. Like, outside of Moltres, but I already have a Moltres, so who gives a shit? Don't even want to waste my time with this. No. So Psychic, because I know Psychic will not miss. Everything else that Metagross has at this point has a chance of missing. Not exactly great. I seem to keep running out of the Plains biome. How I keep doing this, I don't know. But I should probably take a step back and stop doing that. Also seems to be a fair amount of leaf decay around here. A fair amount of Kingler, for that matter. Let's see. We get a Torchic spawn in. I mean, this is pretty much the only Plains biome for a while. I know where there is another Plains biome, but it's off the map. Like, it's north of the swamp. I'd prefer to stay on the map if possible for now. But yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of Fearow around here. And that's because I toggled the air spawn rate, which, in hindsight, probably should not have done, because there's going to be like 10 Fearow at any time. And here's where the problem with me being able to hit him comes in.
Shoulder.
I can't hit this thing. And it flies faster than I run. Like, there's honestly, at this point, zero chance of me catching that thing where it despawns like it just did. Like, they really need to fix the flying type. Like, the air spawns. Like, they do have a system in place now, which is nice, but it needs a hell of a lot of work. Because as of right now, it seems most flying types will just fly off in one random direction. And just keep going and never slow down or stop. Until they fly into a tree like that. Like, that needs to be fixed. That's clearly an oversight on their part. And I know they're probably going to be, or are already working on a workaround for that entire problem. Matter of fact, I haven't checked in a few weeks to see if they have updated or not. I'm still playing 3.0.1. I should probably check that at some point. Make sure there is indeed no new update. And also off screen I figured out that underground spawns have been vastly reworked, so that spawn rates underground are drastically lower. And on top of that, there's more variety of underground spawns. Like, in the one session which I edited down a majority of the cave stuff I did actually see a single Diglett underground. And in my other world, I found the Golett underground. So, like I said, vast reworking, it seems, of underground spawning. I've yet to actually see a single Zubat spawn underground at this point. Which, don't know how I feel about that, in all honesty. And actually, this Plains biome sucks. I'm leaving. You know what? Yeah, screw this. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Granted, it's not exactly the home I'm going to, but... Alright, so... Which way is my horse facing? Okay, now it's facing the right way. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm going. I'm going to the airplanes biome because this plains biome clearly sucks. The airplanes biome is just basically straight north of here. And there's another desert that I can explore if I want. Which I think at this point, the only thing in the desert that I haven't caught yet would probably be the Embor line. So basically T-Pig, Pig Knight, and Embor. Of which I think I've only seen Pig Knight. Okay, so now I'm off the map. I should probably take great care to remember which direction home is. Because I am super likely to get lost here. Alright. Okay, I just see one spawning. Like, I'm sure you guys probably saw that too, that just giant thing that popped up on screen, which basically just means there's a torchic in the area and this Electabuzz really is dumb.